What it do, folks? You know, y'all know I like to start on time. Waiting for my co-host. He's in the back room. He showed up. Let me see. I'm gonna put him on blast while he's doing some things with his machine, but he's here. So shouts out to KP for being in the room. He was in the. I don't know what he was doing earlier, but he here. We working through some technical issues on his side, but we're gonna get started regardless. If you here, say how you living, what you up to, Gretchen. Oh my God, Gretchen, pray for us. Uh, you know, it's tough out here in these streets trying to put on a show for everybody. But it's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. How come your comment didn't show up? Gretchen, drop another comment in. I want to figure out why yours didn't show up. I see my dad show up, which is cool. Maybe you put your comment on too soon. Keith, where you at, man? Turn your cameras on. God, don't blame it on Ecan. Don't blame it on Ecan. Let me show you what I see. There. So he just logged off now. Just hung up on himself. Hope everybody is well. Listen, everybody in Florida and that area, be safe. These hurricanes are coming through. This one is this Milton? I'm not sure which one it is, but it has intensified, and it is coming straight for the center of Florida. So I reached out to some folks that I know. A lot of folks in the ECAM family know the Preston So team as well, the family. So reached out to the Nixons yesterday and said a prayer for them. Hopefully that they are buttoned down the hatches and are safe, and hopefully everyone has whatever supplies that they need or have gotten out of town or whatever the case may be, right? Doing what you need to do to be safe during this tumultuous weather, man, because these hurricanes, I've lived through typhoons. They're called typhoons. Hurricane, typhoon, same thing, just depending on where you live in the world. But in Japan, they're called typhoons. And I've lived through a number of them. No joke. Nothing to mess with. When the wind gets to hollering, when you have to tape up your windows, when cars start moving outside, when all those things start happening, it's no joke. If you didn't have some sort of faith and religion in your heart ahead of time, you sure did when the wind gets to knocking on the door. So again, everybody on the East Coast, y'all be safe and make sure that you are well taken care of. Look at what we got here.
I am blaming it on Ecan. I'm throwing Ken and Glenn under the bus with this.
Listen, man. You know.
Yeah, dude, I hit the install update and it kept showing a blank camera.
I know, man. I don't know. I go live every day, and
man, I don't go live every day. And then I hit it was like I'm jumping in there, sliding in at the last minute, and then it was just like, no.
You show up
bad
at
as the Phillies right now.
You just you show up at the bottom of the ninth.
I'm bad as the Phillies right now. It's just a disappointing day. Bad, man.
Listen, I've been to some games in Philadelphia. They be throwing batteries at folks. First of all, KP, how you living, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm late, man. I'm flowing with you because you know what I'm saying? I was ready. And then
you was ready. Okay.
Then this thing screwed me all up.
You wasn't in the room. Earlier you was in the upper room, but today you wasn't in the room.
What had happened was, that's all I got. That's all I got is what had happened was.
What had happened
I wasn't even on Amazon today.
Really? So I was on there yesterday because I saw some things popping. What's up, Mr. Cox? See you, brother. Plus, so I got all these shopping subscriptions, right? So Walmart Plus, we got Walmart Plus here. So all of like house toiletries and stuff like that, I have it on subscription. Boom, every 4 weeks. This comes every 6 weeks, whatever the case. So of course they sent me an email, early shopping, if you want to come get some things. I'm like, man, I don't need to be buying nothing.
I'm like, I can't get nothing. I'm sorry.
You know.
I got one thing. I got one thing on my list. That's the G Master 2470, and I'm done.
That's that
I'm
new
done
one
for
though
this.
too. That's the
Yeah, it was out since last year though. I
yeah.
think.
Well, Tony.
Yeah, it's new,
Hold
but you
on.
knew it. You're right, it's new. Oh,
Where
okay.
where my
Which
Sony gear?
what you done get, man? What you got?
Well, I've made my decision. So I went to my local camera shop, Action Camera. Shouts out to Action Camera over in Rockland. They
Okay.
know me. Listen, I
Mhm.
walk in and it's like Norm from Cheers. They're like, oh Lord, here he go again.
They like the big ballers here. What are you buying today?
Well, see, normally it is, but it was the cameras and photo swap meet this weekend. So I walked up in there, and my Sony guy was there,
Mm-hmm.
and I gave him my whole diatribe. I said, "Hey man, listen, talk to me about the A7CR. Talk to me about the A7C2. I know what I know. Woo woo woo." And he said, "You know what? You're right. Go with the C2 for what you want."
Yep.
So,
Okay. Yep.
birthday is coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy gonna buy himself a birthday gift. But here's my latest consternation. Man, that's a big word.
Go.
Here's my latest thing. I got the FX30 that I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
Do I get rid of the FX? Do I trade in the FX30 to get the C2 and get another ZV-E10 Mark II? Right. So do I trade in the FX30, which was a little pricey, but cinema rig, cinema camera, and all that, and get the A7C2 and another APS-C camera? Or do I just keep this FX30 that I got rocking right here that is dialed in, dope, whatever, but get my C2 for when I want that full frame action? So that's my latest dilemma right now. Should I trade in what I already got and go with two more, which I don't need?
I'm gonna tell you what's rough, bro.
And leave me alone because I got B&H open right here to my right. So if you say the wrong thing, I'm gonna hit go on this shopping cart.
What's going on, Yolanda, Kevin, Casterhead, Chris Stone, everybody? Listen, I'm going to say something. I want to argue this point, and I'm going to try to get into the feedback with everybody today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I did a birthday party this weekend. Okay. Right? I had a couple of gigs. I did anybody heard of the rapper Freeway and some girl Lola from New York, the Bronx. I didn't even know who she was. I got her all on video. And guess what? I'm late to the game, and I should have took a page out of James Hicks' book. Spent time with him and his lovely wife, Jen. Him and Jen and my wife, we all in New York. James got his glasses on, but he's being like real cool, laid back, modest with it. But when I tell y'all them glasses are the bomb, I'm going to drop some nuggets right now, a straight nugget, and nobody's really going to get it until you get it. 90% of the photography gigs that I do, people ask me, can you do video too? And you know what I tell them? No, because I'm thinking FX30, A6600, Kevin, Cine Rig, got to do this and do that, whatever. I did a party this weekend and I wore the Ray-Bans, right? Because James done sold my wife on it, so I had to buy 2 pairs. So I had to get her pair of prescriptions, but I got me the Ray-Bans. They had the special edition. I got the special edition.
Yeah, I saw you got them. I
grabbed them, right?
Limited editions.
So I put them on, and I'm like, I'm going to mess with them and probably give them to my son. Well, he ain't getting my joints. I gifted him his own. Me and my wife and his girlfriend. It was just his birthday. We got him his own. Yeah, so we got him his own. Because I was like, I ain't giving mine up.
Yeah.
I put them daggone things on. I take them for bike riding. I did 30 miles with them Ray-Bans on. And I was like, I never have to take my hands off the steering wheel, off the the handlebars, and I got better footage. And then the photo gig. So I'm shooting the photos, and I'm like, wait a minute, this girl birthday party. Let me hit this. James, I put the glasses on her when they did Shine the Light on her.
No, you didn't.
Shine the Light. So now she loves that footage because it shows her looking at all of her people.
First person viewer, yeah.
First person viewer. Now here's the deal though. Now my wife, she know how to hustle. I'm like, now, guess what? When they say, can you do video too? I'm gonna be like, yup. I'm gonna say, yup, absolutely. Because you know what they use it for? Their stories.
Yes.
They use it for Instagram and they use it for Facebook. They could give a rat's behind about LUT, color grading, raw, 4K, blah, 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 blah. You send them that video on their phone and they're like, this is the best thing ever. And I'm like, these are freaking Ray-Bans.
This is from my glasses.
This ain't it. I'm like, do you see? Hold up. Look at this, James. Do you see what I have in my hand? This about $3,000 in my hand. I didn't record it with this. I didn't color grade it or nothing. Yeah. I did it this right here. And they like,
that's what I want though. They like, ever. That's what I want.
Bruh, 2 gigs, you done paid for the glasses.
Yeah.
With Ray-Bans that transfer to your phone by the time you get into the car, and then you can airdrop it.
I told you.
And you made them pay. And you had the client pay you an extra $250 for video with the photos. Dude, I'm done. So at this point, shout out to Kevin. Kevin, you going to cine rig that ZV E10? I would do it. My A6600 cine rigged, and I literally only use it 3 times a year for 3 gigs. All the other gigs that need video, they cool with the glasses view. So the glasses is better than the phone, because the phone you kind of hold in the ear, right? Yeah. You don't want them to see you with the phone, but they not thinking with the glasses on. They not thinking you just give me something that's less quality than your iPhone. They're not even thinking that. Trust me. The view that they get, and when you're taking pictures of them, dude, it's worth $300 to them. Shout out if you hear me. Anybody, you heard me? Shout it out.
But what's funny about this, and I'm laughing with you, not at you right now, because I know when we were the 4 of us were walking around New York, and you saw me with mine on, and I told everywhere I go I was snapping
I wish
video.
I could, Dan. I'm listening. Go ahead.
And you was like, okay, what he doing? I know you were a little doubting Thomas there, little doubting Thomas there.
The footage you had on,
but then you saw the footage. But then you saw the footage.
Yeah, is it. That's it. I'm not going to sit there and argue it's not your FX30. I'm not going to argue with you. We know it's not your FX30. Your FX30 is the bomb. We know that. My A66, the bomb. I had an A7C R in my hand. It's the bomb. Yeah. But your glasses was the best viewpoint that when you play it back, I think if you just sit at a table and Jen and Tina go out with their girlfriends and say, oh, we was in New York with our husbands, I guarantee you that 3 minutes of your glasses will be better than 3 minutes of my camera. Fight me on that.
I wish somebody would, and I see the comments over here blowing up, but again, think about it from you as a creative. And I'm everyone, I've told a lot of other people to go get them, but I'm more happy, honestly, that you got them, because you understand it. You can get out of your own way now, right? Because again, when you got the big full frame or whatever the camera, you got to hit all the dials, hit all the buttons. You got to get it locked in right for the shot, and you might miss something. You at a birthday or wedding, some type of party, whatever the case may be, boom, you just hit the button and you got the moment, and that's what the client wants. It's not necessarily what you want; it's what they want.
Yeah. Unless you're filming a documentary, unless you like, look, I need this specific, I need to record audio with quality, I'm putting it on this platform and that platform. All they want, dude, it's a bakery shop that's going to pay me to do footage for them for the month. I put the glasses on and walked into the daggone bakery. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, Keith, like, let's see what we got here. Right? I look at all of it. It's a reel. Done. It's done. Like, then you take all your other expertise and, I'm going to throw it in Final Cut, do some transitions and stuff like that. But I'm not looking at it and saying, this is not as good as my, other Sony cameras. And I think the thing that we do is we sit around and argue from a promotional standpoint of view, and the companies aren't even paying us to be that promoter.
My gosh.
The return on investment of all of our testimony ain't doing nothing. And at the end of the day, look, I have not used my Osmo, the DJI Osmo. I ain't touched it since I got the glasses. I cannot think of why I would get it out my pocket other than to put the camera on me. But from an end user, as Kevin said in the comment section, it's about the end use. The end use, I'm doing more showing what I'm looking at,
yes,
right, and narrating it, than people seeing me. And here's the trick now. I just told Tina, I said, you know what the funny thing will be? When I get your pair with the prescription in it, when we go out, you gonna record me, I'm gonna record you, and then I'm gonna sync the audio up, and I can switch back and forth between the cameras. Do you understand the dialogue of that right there? Do you understand when TikTokers figure that out, if they are not doing it? I'm not saying nobody has done it, but I don't think it's popular that people are doing it. So I just gave away another key tip right there. If you have a husband and wife or a couple, both have Ray-Bans on, and hit a record, right? And then when you put that 60-second automatic off on there, you got the reel right there. So you do whatever you do in 60 seconds. So you argue real quick. Oh, babe, take my picture. I got you. Pew, 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 pew. Then you put it on a quick timeline, and that's it. And you post it. Nobody's looking at your TikTok saying, oh, that's not 4K. Oh, the color grading is slightly off and exposed. Nobody is asking.
Nobody's asking. Nobody cares. And I'm gonna get to these comments because I see some good ones coming through. But think about this as well too. No, you as the creator, you got these on. A lot of times when you got the big rig in front of you, people put on the air. Oh, I'm being photographed now. Oh, let me make sure I'm looking right, and they get unnatural. If you get them with the glasses, you get them in that natural element.
Yep.
You get those instantaneous, those spontaneous shots. Photo or video. And those are the ones that people really resonate to. Because again, if you can get me eating and I got food spilling all down my face, I may not want to share it, but I'll be like, that's a good picture. That's a good shot.
Yep.
Man.
Yep.
And you said you only do 60 seconds, because I have mine going all the way up to 3 minutes, just in case I need to trim it or whatever. And then I'll stop it. But do you stop yours at 60 seconds, or do you?
I totally understand why you would do it at 3. There were some situations where I would have did 3 and narrow it down. It just helps me a little bit better to not overdo it. Like you have a straight editing mindset. Like actually, I'll tell you about it later. But I had some stuff that may come up that I'm like, oh, I can get, I can send that to James, or I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna write James into the, the contract as well, because I'm not gonna be able to put the stuff together like you do with the reels and stuff, right?
Man,
I have my flow.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Oh yeah, I have a flow for what I do. Like you can do it all, I can do it all, but everybody, this is another subject. It's kind of like the biblical Jewish law of working together. We weren't created to be independent. We were created to connect, right? So when you connect, it's cool that both of us, or shout out to Ecamm, each person that buys a yearly Ecamm, you kind of know something of what you're doing, but we can be honest. Some people just got this a little better than others, and their strength is over there. The strong bear the infirmity of the weak. Everybody wins. So for me, I get why. I know it's times that I'm going to do 3 minutes, but I put it on 60 seconds to be like, that stops me from trying to narrow down too many things.
Gotcha.
So now I'm in the process of, even like with photos, now I'm getting how more professionals, it's better to get the shot rather than take and go clack, 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 clack. It's cute to say I got an A. It's cute to say I got an A93, right? Oh, 120 frames per second at raw. Okay. It's like, okay, when you get home and the client needs it 7 a.m. in the morning, help yourself to go through 120 pictures per second in 1 minute of footage. You got 1,000 some pictures to sit there and go, that is dumb.
I ain't got time.
And if you a good shooter, I got the shot in about 5 clicks. I got it. I'm done. I don't need to sort through 2,000 pictures.
My word.
No.
My word.
No.
All right. Let me see. Gretchen, listen, you telling the truth. When I go, that's what I'm getting ready for. Getting ready for Africa. Right. Getting ready to go home. Getting ready to go back home. So yeah, I'm gonna have my glasses. I'm trying to figure if I'm gonna get the bigger camera. I told you what I'm gonna do. But these right here, clickety, clickety, clickety. This is gonna be it. As soon as them giraffes and them buffalo or them lions come up after me, I'm gonna be running and I'm gonna be taking these. I'm gonna be live streaming from the fields. God, it's gonna be listen. That's what we doing. Okay, hold on. Focal length on the glasses. Sammy's superstar. Listen, Sammy's at the building. We better make sure that we know what we're talking about, because he's gonna check. Sammy gonna check.
You said
ultra wide 12 megapixel camera.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go. Let me see if I can get a little bit more information on that. But ultra wide 12 megapixel. They just actually did a firmware update too. So the AI is ridiculous now. You can talk to it, hey, Meta, go out there, take a picture, and it's got, it's not Chat GPT, but it's got some form of a GPT built into. Listen, it's just dope. Stop playing, folks. I'm both of these. So these regular Wayfarers Ray-Bans, I got my prescription in them, and in my Metas, I got my prescription in them. Yes.
So that he ordered from out of Wayfair, he got some good furniture coming in a second. I peeped that. See, I don't miss nothing, bro. You got a Wayfair subscription too. You balling. You just told on yourself.
Let me
I heard that.
Let's get out.
Gretchen heard what you said.
Let me go back to this screen.
He said Wayfair.
Get out of
my
business.
He said Wayfair too. I'm like, yep. He getting some furniture for the pool and stuff. That's what he doing. I hear you, James. I hear you.
Let's get out of my business. Let's get back. Let's get focused. Let's get back to what we was. I just said, don't run, Dan. We just tell it. Don't get mad at us, Dan. Yeah, you was talking about Jewish law. Don't get mad. Let's see.
Oh wait. Is Dan Jewish?
I don't know.
Dan, are you Jewish? Yeah, because listen. I'm not Jewish, but I love Rabbi Lapin. I don't know if you heard Rabbi Lapin. That's my guy. Rabbi Lapin drops the best jewels ever. He's down with what's the other dude's name? I'll get his name together, but yeah, Rabbi Lapin is the man. If you Jewish, you should have heard of Rabbi Lapin. He's the bomb. All right.
I'll find out.
Sorry,
Dan will hit me in a minute with the DM, right? So my phone will be blowing up. See you there.
Oh, he said yep. He said yep. So he probably heard it. He probably heard Rabbi Lapin is the man. Trust me. If anybody ain't heard of it, look up Business Secrets from the Bible by Rabbi Lapin. Great book. Sammy, you Jewish? That's why Sammy got that money.
Sammy got.
That's why I said, ain't no doubt he got that money. I know Sammy got that money. Okay. All right, Sammy. Say no more. I ain't profiling. I just feel that. And I feel that in my Holy Ghost spirit.
Hey, man. Sammy, I've always just said you've had some old money. But KP went a whole nother realm with that. I just said you had some old money somewhere, But hey,
man. Now he's down with Dave Ramsey and Mark Cuban and all of them. They be on this thing. I listened to a podcast called Entree Leadership, but that's when I found out about Rabbi Lapin. I read his books. They are a bomb, dude. They are a bomb, and it's not offensive. He's not like on some, if you're not Jewish, blah, blah, blah. He's just like, I'm just going to explain why they call us Jews, why they say the stereotypes and stuff. And he does it. He's good at it. It works for everybody. So it's applicable to this. So that's one of the business secrets.
Make it plain, Pastor. Make it plain.
From Jewish law.
Make it
he
plain.
Explains it for even the non-Jewish person. And so Sammy knows them. See, Sammy got money. He knows the show I'm talking about.
Man, Sammy, once you listen, once you kick in, super chat. So I'm not going to do that. That's your typical YouTuber. I'm not going to answer.
Dan, he's showing his Jewish roots. He said the only reason we work together is to guarantee we're on someone's will.
I wasn't going to put that up there, but.
Oh my gosh, man!
Other societies could learn from that. Other folks could learn from that.
Oh my gosh!
When it's time to start counting the dollars and cents. Okay, we leave that. But listen. You've been out there filming. You've been out there shooting. I sent you a message the other day, and we always kind of go back to a creative mindset, creative conversation, and there's always we didn't have a number of lessons already. But I told you this in private, and I'm going to tell it to you in public because I'm going to give you these flowers. KB, you done broke a code on something.
Oh, man.
You didn't figure... Listen, you didn't figure what it really means to be a creative professional out. because it's not just that you out there taking pictures of landscapes and bridges and trains and buildings and what parties or whatever. You have found a way to go into a empty parking garage, find a puddle of water, and see beyond that and see a story. And if you want to, you can integrate yourself into that story. You don't have to do it every time. So McGee's Flowers, now I'll put one of the pictures up, but talk a little bit about that, because you started back in the music world, creating, writing, producing, doing all that thing. But man, what you doing right now is a different, I don't know if it's the same side of your brain or not, but this, and I told you didn't crack the code on something, and it's beyond creative. It's like one of them insane geniuses. I got a handful of people that I call insane geniuses. The Steve Jobs, the Jeff Bezos, the Richard Bransons. I used to have Elon Musk there, but right now me and him aren't getting along. But
it's cool. I'll get a Tesla too if I can afford it. I'll get one too.
He messing. Man, if he just need to go sit down, I got another one coming. I got my lease is up in March, and he got the best car on the block, but man, Elon, go sit down. Got me looking at something else right now. But let's get back to the creative thing, man. And you breaking this code, man. How are you doing that? And what's driving you to do that? What are you doing that to? I think I know the answer. I'm not even going to answer. I'm not going to do that to myself. What's driving you to be such a outspoken creative, but you do it quietly? You're outspoken creative, but you do it very quietly. You let the work speak. What I see, third person looking in, you let the work speak for itself as opposed to talking a lot about it.
Okay, so there's a level of frustration. It's a pastor in Jersey. I never forget it when he said it. He said, frustration leads to passion in most cases, right? And he argued it from a biblical standpoint about Christ in the Mount Transfiguration. And then, in the garden when he's like, let this cup pass from me. And then they go to the passion of the cross, whatnot. But just from that as a pivot point, the secular version of that is when you get frustrated, if you're a creator, right? You're into creativity stuff. If you're a photographer, you love cameras, you love pictures and stuff. Then there's a frustrating space of the person is always telling you how to do it. So I was at a Philly culture event, camera culture event, and there I am for the first time. And then it's kind of like the OG photographers, right? And there's different ones. The successful guy that's cool with his success, or female that's cool with their success, they allow you to do what you're doing, and they only offer help if you're asking for help. The other ones are offering to help. They're testing you on, are you shooting in manual? Are you shooting in automatic? Oh, what kind of camera is that? Oh, what kind of ND filter and stuff? It's like, dude, you running your mouth to me, and we're all missing the model posing. Because now you want to have this whole, I never accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and then I have to now take, because they're looking at me like, oh, he's got a white camera. What camera is that? Oh, it's an A7. Oh, same thing as this. Yeah, I just wrapped mine. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty good. Oh, what kind of flash are you using? Oh, you're not going to use flash for that shot? No. Oh, flash is better. Okay, well, do yours. And then when the results come in on this online space, and you're not getting no likes or nothing like that, now next time you see me, you're a little bit more cool with me. And now anything in my hand, you like, oh, let me check that out. Then I see you again the next time, you got what I got. But at the beginning, even though I didn't really know a lot of what I was doing, you're coaching me through every damn thing. And I'm just like, I was already a successful musician. And when a new kid sits down the keyboard, I'm not telling them they should play a 7th chord in when they only needed a 3-finger chord. Like, I'm not like over top of them, like add the 4th and the 5th and go from the 1 to the 3 to the 5. It's like, dude, slow down real quick. So for me, once you've gone through that, you either are going to become the needy person to everybody that's the expert before you, or you're going to be who you called to be and just say, I'm a creative. So let me now see it how I see it and do it. Then there's the part of the why you doing it. Are you doing it to be better than everybody else, or you just doing it because that's what you do? Once you find that comfort zone of I'm doing it because that's what I do. Perfect example, this room right here. I have not changed my setting in 3 years. When I put it together, it was like, ooh, Jeep got the dope lighting and stuff like that. And then I've literally had people that's like, oh, I use this. Oh, I got a new light and I got it. And at the end of the day, this light is just the same light and it's giving me the same picture that the newer lights were giving me, but now it's a aperture light. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how I'm lighting the room, it's not really telling you that it's better. It's me, it's my style. So photography is that same kind of thing. It's how you see things. And every day you're seeing, so you never play out. Gretchen knows this. You never play out as a photographer. If you're a photographer, you're a photographer. Because the camera's only capturing what you see and what you create through what you see. So until you stop seeing, you can always create, right? Until you can't use the camera because you're too old to lift it, you can still create pictures, right? A guy said something that really blessed me the other day. He said, I did this picture and I use LED lights. And everybody's like, yo, that picture is fire. He said, but you know what? As good as this is, he said, now I understand why I will always use flash whenever I can. And everybody's like, why? He said, because the flash is always going to give you something that you can't see in the moment.
Wow.
Think about it. Think about it. LED, when you light LED, that's good because what you see is what it is. The camera's telling you exactly what it sees. So however you lit it, that's exactly what it's going to be when you hit the button. However, when you use a flash, only thing you can do is test it and say that's approximately what it's going to look like. But the flash is always going to give you something beyond what you've already put together in your mind. So it leaves room for the unexpected that makes it something that it's not. So to your point, when I go into a parking lot and I see these lights and stuff in there, I want to play off the light and frame the camera a certain way that's not tethered to anybody's rules. I'm gonna make my own rules up, and that's what makes the picture. And then we're in a day and age of, your art form now is how you finish it. That's another piece, right? Black and white back in the day, you had to have a black and white camera or you had to develop it in black and white, but it's still color. So now you can take that color picture and make it black and white if you want. So sometimes I like my black and white style. I'll give a little tip. I don't shoot for black and white. I kind of just shoot the color that I see. And then I feel, what do I want to make black and white? It's only very rare that I put the black and white preset in the camera. But when you shoot in RAW, it's going to be color anyway. Right. But you can put it in black and white to look at how that black and white picture is going to be. But I stopped doing that because if I just take what I see, then in post-processing, I can feel, let's see how that feels in black and white.
Add or take away, and you can put that little extra little KP sauce on it, right? As opposed to only shooting in black and white, and that's all you get.
Yep. And I'm sorry, I like over-explain that answer, but that is that's the drive with me, because when I look at people that I follow on Instagram, the most impressive pictures are people that don't give a dag about the rules. Like, look how many people, look, if you just look at Peter McKinnon's page, right? Mm-hmm. He got 1 million followers. I got 2 of his Polar Pro filters that cost $250.
He got your money. Yeah, he got your money.
He got the money and everything. He's a tattoo artist. And this dude will just take a picture in a pickup truck with jeans on and tattoos all up and down his arm with like a simple like filter LUT something on there. And it's just like 500,000 likes on it. And it's like, I'm sitting there looking like, what is so dope about this picture? You know what's dope about it? It's what the heck he wanted to take a picture of. That's what's dope about it.
It's a McKinnon original. It's a McKinnon. And so I'm gonna hit you with this right here, because you said you were sorry for going long-winded, but it wasn't long-winded, because I think the real creatives, the ones who are really passionate about it, can tell their story. If you
Gotcha.
don't know that whole why that you do what it is that you do, and you can't articulate it and explain it and get excited about it, then you only have full. You only have you're not really you're still climbing, but you know exactly why it is that you line up a shot, why you take a particular shot, why you grade for HDR, why you bring in black, why you do all those nuanced things. You know why you did your lights the same way. You know why you did everything in your studio and the cameras wrapped. And you know why you did everything that makes you. And the folks who can't explain that, the folks who can't articulate that, are the ones who are typically the ones that are out there complaining about the rest of us that are actually doing what it is that we do. But I think that again speaks to who you are as not just as a person, but also as a creative professional. So that's what's up. I really, man, you didn't crack this code, boy. I'm looking at you like, do you think, KP?
And you know what?
KP?
I'm trying to put 2 feet on the gas now, because like tomorrow, I got a corporate shoot tomorrow, right? So here's another thing. I'm gonna give people another tip. Gretchen, I see what you said there about the 90-year-old guy. Case in point, right? But then, like I said, there's 2 types of older people. There's that older person that you just aged but never grew, right? You got older but you never grew. You just got older, and that's the thing I refuse to do. I refuse to just keep getting older and to living year to year but not growing. And so I'm in a space now with photography and creativity that I was in when I did those records on the wall, when I was in my zone. And when people ask me the story now, like, oh, how'd you write that song with Jill Scott? What was the vibe of that? It was like, yo, we was just chilling. Another time we was just broke, but we was happy and broke. We sharing Big Macs and French fries and, sharing cheesesteak and just waiting for our next paycheck. We like who mom cooked to bring some extra food down. We been there. And then we put pennies together and ran to Great Adventure. You know what I'm saying? With just enough gas money and toll to get back. Hungry in the park, sharing a burger, but we rode the heck out of them roller coasters and we had a good time. And I ain't rich like Jill. She's rich now, but we think back on those days. But those were the days of creativity. And the sad reality is now that everybody got some money, this, that, and the third, you get exposed to areas you couldn't get into. Yeah. Somehow people got lazy. So whenever you move to that next thing, you have to find that space where you're comfortable, you're creative. You're also not, let's be clear on this. You're also not in that space of can't nobody tell me nothing.
Oof.
Right? You still got to be able to listen. Like, remember I was just like, at the beginning, I didn't say it to you technically, but I was just like, I don't need no Ray-Bans. Like, they seem hot. Respect to whoever got them, but I'm like, I don't see it for me. And when I said that, I didn't see it for me. But because of our relationship, I'm looking at you with it. I'm like, them Jones hot. Okay, I see. Okay. Then when you explain the team, like, I see my why with him. I'm like, okay, I'm still not there. She where you at? I'm not there yet. But then I was like, I'm gonna get them for her. But then I was like, let me try these joints. Cause you know what it was, James? Here was my trigger. I connected with you liking it, you explaining it, but I also was looking at all of these other content creators and I'm like, I like they BTS. And I was like, them jokers is using Ray-Bans. And then two of my favorites, Preston Luke, I think his name is one. The other girl is Cassie Lynn or Cassie. They're like a duo, but they're not together. She's married, he's single, but they do a lot of stuff together. She was like, oh, here's my wedding photography tips and my gear. So she goes, oh, the Godox V1, the Sony 2470 G Master 2, my A7, my A1, Sony, and Ray-Bans. I'm like, that's it. That's how you make them videos. I should have known.
You
and she's using the A1.
No.
Look at it. And she's using the A1.
Let's be clear. Okay.
Now you see that there? That right there, it tells people everything they want to know. Most people are like, yo, what's in your bag? Well, I just showed you what's in my bag. That's Meta glasses.
Yeah, I'm looking at the case, right? I'm looking at the Pelican case. I'm seeing the 2 cameras, and again, that's a repeatable reel right there that could play on loop for thousands of times. That right there, all of 3 seconds, all of 3 seconds.
So it's use case, right, James? The significance of the glass is that you basically said it in more ways than one without it being the specific thing that you were saying. Is that the glasses are made for a reason, and it's the reason why people will argue about Apple, right? They'll say, "Oh, that's stupid. Then all of a sudden, iPhone is in.
Yeah.
Then that's stupid. Then all of a sudden, an iPad we can't do without. That's stupid. The only thing that seems stupid that we can do without is the vision goggles." I'm sorry. I see the dude with them jewels, and I'm like, you look like a straight
not doing
fool.
it either. Yeah,
you look like a fool.
Shout out to everyone who did it. Okay, you got it like that, but no.
I mean, whoever did it, like you do it, that's what you do. Like I would expect Doc to get him because he's in the Apple.
No,
like
he's got him. I know he's got him, and Nikki Saunders, I think she still has hers too. I
would want Nikki to have it to say why we shouldn't get it. I would expect Doc to have it, but shout out to Doc Rock, but Doc Rock's going to put him on and show everybody that he got it. Yeah, if India got him, she's going to tell everybody it's the best thing since sliced bread. A few other e-cameras, I love y'all. I'm saying it to your face. Y'all will have it and swear it's the best product on the planet. But the problem is, I don't see the consistency. I don't see the consistency. So those Ray-Ban glasses were one of those things that was like, some people were on it, some people weren't. And the people that were on it, they did it. But then it was a ton of photographers using them Ray-Bans and they ain't say nothing.
Yeah.
They was low key using it for BTS. And dude, I'm like, I'm a year late to the game, but I'm on it now. And I'm just
you still early. You still early. Hey, mama, we see you in the building. Listen, you on the YouTube too. I see you on YouTube instead of Facebook now. Right on. So, okay.
Okay, Mr. Camera Junkie got it too. Okay, got it.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, he got them.
Well,
but I'm just like,
Luis got that Florida money, so he don't have a whole lot of sales tax, that thing. So that's what that is. He got that good. Well.
So look, Gretchen will be proud.
Louis, if you're listening, brother.
Gretchen will be proud of me because look, you know what's funny? You never see Gretchen bragging or chasing new gear. Like you don't really have evidence of Gretchen like, oh, the new Sony G Master 16 to 21 just came out. Testing it and all. For what? Listen, I came down. I told my wife, she knows I'm getting it. I'm saving the money up, trading some stuff in. And I'm like, I'm just getting the 2470 G Master 2. I can get the Sigma, but I'm going to get the G Master 2, and that's going to match my 70 to 200 G Master 2. Done. That whole range is covered. The only variables there is somebody just kind of introduced me to that 14 to 35. And I'm like, right. But I got my Tamron up top. I can use the Tamron lens that, pretty much that. Look at this wide thing.
Well, is that the one that that's the one you shoot your other shows with, right?
Dude, that's an APS-C lens. Look how wide that is and look how much room that gets
that's
here.
All you need. Let me get out the way.
So, I put that's an 11 to 20, right? And the thing is, it's an 11 to 20, but when I put it on the full frame, Gretchen helped me with the math. It squeezes it, and it's going to be, I think, a 16 or 17, 18, something like that, right? But I don't need the G Master 14 to 35, but I would understand my why later on.
Yeah.
But for business, you cover 2470, 70 to 200. You can just stay there and do work. Like Gretchen said, if you're doing safari, then that's a different thing. You shooting sports, you can get the Ford 4.5 aperture, 5.6, aperture, and you want a 300 and more. But if you're not shooting sports and stuff, you don't need that. People chasing new cameras. Oh, the A9 III.
Ooh.
What are you shooting?
Bless yourself.
We saw it in the store. Come on, dude. When we saw that in the store, it's like, it looked cute, but I was just like, what am I going to do with that?
And we looked at it like, okay, I see it. Let me go on over here to something.
Moving on. Moving on. That was just too much. Sheesh.
It didn't touch me the same way. I said, okay, there it is. Cool. I've seen it. There it is. Let me go over here and do these others that I'm interested in.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Like, for what? But when you chasing, right, you keep trying to grab something. Is people disappointed now because they said the A5, the A7 V, that the R comes out, then they put out the 5, and then there's people still mad because there's not an S4. Well, the S3 is so great. You don't need an S4. So there's people divided between S3, FX, right? The 6700 and the ZV2, with like, and then people are arguing over that, and all they doing is shooting a 4K, and they don't even color grade. Why are you arguing about it?
Yeah.
You can actually get the same footage with your Osmo technically. And here's the thing we don't think about. And then you got people on Instagram going, oh, iPhone 16 versus a Sony something,
man,
and they showing two things.
I saw a video today. Well, I didn't watch it, but I saw someone post like something like that. Come on, that's not a apples and apple comparison. Come on, y'all. Don't do that to yourselves. That's how people get hoodwinked.
Yeah, they're missing the point. And the issue with that is you somebody who don't have the funds, it's right to just be like, yo, I can do it. Because then you got experts to say, I'm gonna show you how to do killer videos with your iPhone. And they're right. Right? So you arguing with the person that's recording a concert. You need a FX30 because you need to get the audio off of the mixing board into your camera, or you got to connect it to a Zoom, and you're going to go home and put it on the timeline, and you got to sync that up, and you got to do this and do that, and then they may want crops. And so you have to shoot it at the 4K, because if you have to squeeze it in and box stuff out, your phone is not going to do that.
Take notes, folks. Take notes.
Right? Your phone ain't going to do that.
We don't give master classes, but KP giving one.
So for the person that's telling you that you suck because you don't have an FX30, they're wrong because you don't get them kind of gigs. And then if you're saying that FX30 is crap, you're wrong because you don't do those kind of gigs. So it's like tomato. You just making a reel of you and your girlfriend or you and your homies, opening a can of beer and busting it and letting it spill all over somebody's car. Just use your phone. Just if you want to be boozy, use an Osmo. If you chasing a car, you get the Movi stick thing, attach it to the back of your car, and find an open freeway if you can, and find a car, and then have a spotter. If that's what you're doing, that's why you spend that money. Yeah. But if you're not doing that, we arguing over nothing. And then in the meantime, you know what I'm doing? I'm shooting.
You shooting and you cashing checks is what you getting business. It's what you getting business is what you getting. You getting business.
I just did my first first engagement photo shoot.
Nice. Okay. Oh, okay.
I just did my first one and I overdid it. I'm gonna be honest. I overdid it. The people whose thing I did, I can say this, they're going to be excited. I sent them just a teaser photo, and their response was like, wow. And you know what's funny? I didn't have my flash and stuff out. I did it in daylight, played off of the sun, and I did it with that G Master 70 to 200. You can't mess with it. I mean, it's gravy. Woof. Oh, she gravy.
This man done learned. This man done watched a lot of Manny Ortiz videos and then learned about
bar and by listen, I'm gonna try to get that Jewish money, bro. Listen, I know my cousin sings for different weddings, and then a friend of mine, he said, listen, they can hire me for any Jewish wedding whatsoever. He said they are the best, and when they get drunk, they tip you very well.
You need. This is
Am I
what you
right
do.
about it, Dan? Am I right about it?
Carry you one of them little Stripe terminals, right? So if I know they probably got the cash, but when they pull out the credit card too, boom, you can just hit them with the tap and pay. Get you one of them little PayPal or Stripe terminals and just walk around with that. Boom, tap and pay with Kale.
They tip well. I heard. They tip well. Yeah.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
Man.
Let's see. So Gretchen was saying, you put it up there a minute ago. You have to learn that gear you have. That is hard to do if you are constantly switching. I prefer to spend my time actually out shooting photos rather than being in the car reading the manual.
Oh,
try to break it. Get out there, turn all the buttons and press. Do all that. Try to break it. That's how you learn.
She nailed it. You know what? When we go live, I gotta just like mention the gear that I'm trying to swap out. So here's a frustration I had.
Yeah, what you got, man?
I like the Peter McKinnon, the mag lock, right? So the filter. So I'm sitting here now. I can't get this darn thing off. I need some pliers. My the step up ring. It fixed itself to my lens cover, like not lens cover, the protector lens, right, to save your glass. But I don't like these step up rings, and the new mag lock system that they have, it's a 82 no matter what you put it on, but all the filters are 82 and you can switch your ND filters from all the cameras, but you would have to put a 82 step up ring on everything. And I'm just like, nah, I don't feel like doing that. Like it's just too big sitting on the front of a 67. I don't like that size. So I'm actually going to get a Peter McKinnon 67 black mist, because the primes that I use are all 67s. And then I'm just going to keep the one and put it on the 85 Sigma, which also fits my 70 to 200.
Yeah.
But I'm getting rid of one of these Peter McKinnon so I can get a 67 so that it fits on all of these, because I don't like doing all that switching. Like, I'm just sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Going indoor and outdoor. Yeah. It's
Where's Sammy at? He's still here. He'll buy it. Sammy got that money. let me answer this question right here. Mom, see, yeah, you're getting them commercials on YouTube. So that's how your son get paid. That's what,
she's right. One around the step up.
Well, hold on. Let me ask this question. You getting the commercials on YouTube because, again, that's how creators get paid, by having advertisement, by having that's a stream of revenue. If you pay for YouTube Premium, you don't get the commercials. But I know you and Dad aren't gonna pay for YouTube Premium, so you got to get them commercials once in a while. I only have them show up once in a while, and so hopefully it's not too many commercials. It's just like one every 15 or so minutes. Sorry about that, but again, your son need to get paid out here in these creator streets. Okay,
you gotta
now back to what we was talking about. Is it Keith?
No, you good, because Gretchen just threw the tip.
She said
out
get
there.
some rubber bands. She said, "Oh, hold on, get some rubber bands. Put one around the step up."
That makes all the sense in the world.
Gretchen, come online. Gretchen, come on now. All right,
Gretchen knows what she's talking about.
Come on.
See, it's people like Gretchen that you dig into their style, right? You check their style out and you learn stuff. Like, you learn perspectives, or you're motivated by appreciation. Wait, what did I miss?
No,
get mama on premium. They like, you cheap, son. You.
I should. She's bought enough stuff from the merch shop. I should actually gift. Hey, we'll see around birthday time or Christmas time. We'll see if in your stocking is a premium YouTube Premium subscription or something.
I can't find a rubber band, Gretchen. She right. I'm gonna get that rubber band when I find it.
Come on, Gretchen. I got the link right there for you. Come on in here now. I haven't figured out how to do all the Zoom part yet. Maybe I'll test the Zoom thing.
Zoom?
Instead of bringing folks on using the default link.
The Zoom is cool. It's just, I don't know. The Zoom is good for Zoom people, but us e-cameras, you get frustrated with that Zoom, man. You be like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want that.
Tell you what, I'm gonna try it. This is what we do, right? We test. I'm gonna put it out there. There go the link.
She said, I thought my phone was acting up.
She thought she needed a new phone already. Now, why am I getting these advertisements for whatever the case?
Hey, we need to check on Alicio and be like, yo, my man, you good down there?
Yeah, I saw Alicio too. He was posting something. He was taking somebody some water or something. I said, bruh. Before you came on, so I gave the Nixons a shout last night. I gave them a call. You know, Sylvia and Andrew Preston. So just because it's going right through their neck of the woods, going right through Tampa.
Yeah. What about
And I think they're in Jacksonville, but still, it's going right through the middle. Right through the middle.
Wait a minute, where's Camera Junkie at?
He down there too. Well, hopefully, so I know Doc left Hawaii and he's in Boston now, getting ready for.
Oh, so camp. Lewis is probably.
So hopefully Lewis is already out as well, man. Because
he would have left. He's probably up there in Boston. Yeah. Okay. Jeez, man, I didn't think about that. I'm getting served, sure. Oh,
Kevin, you don't have premium? Come on.
Right. Come on, Kev playing around.
Kevin,
he logged in on somebody else's account.
Yo, Kevin, your significant other is a social media star. And you gonna tell me that y'all don't have YouTube premium? See, I didn't put all your business out there. I just set it up a little bit, yo.
Lewis leaves on Friday.
Okay.
Oh.
That's right. He drives. He drives and he takes his son with him. Well, that's what he did last year. I hope they get out okay. I hope they get that.
Yeah. My wife's phone does that too, Miss Hicks. Okay, he said.
That's just Dan causing trouble. That's just Dan causing trouble. You know. No, nobody wants to take the Zoom link there again. We was trying to test. All right, that's all good.
Come test me.
It's not coming next to your neck of the woods, right? I mean, y'all already got enough stuff just in general going on in Philly.
Oh yeah. The Phillies lost again. The Eagles don't know what the hell they doing. So yeah, we got issues. And then we don't know where to put the Sixers at. we got problems in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Right. We got problems in Philly. Sheesh, we got problems. Yeah, man. So look, welcome to the club, man. You get that A7. It's funny how many people actually like this small body.
Got to do it.
So I found my trio and I'm good. Like I don't even take the battery grips off of the A7 IV and the A7R 5. I don't take the battery grips off. I leave them on there. I get good creativity and shots with it. I like my whole fast strap and I'm done. I'm in that zone, like a zone that I guess Gretchen and many others have reached a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm in that zone where I'm just like, I know what I would do with my primes, but it's like, it's useless to carry the 85 prime when you got the 70 to 200 in the bag.
True.
Is, unless you're disciplining yourself to specifically get that shot and you're in like a low light situation that you need more and then you don't have a flash. Right. But if you got an 85 1.4 and you know what I'm saying, but if you have a 70 to 200, which is a 2.8 and you got a flash, it's going to give you a clean picture. So it's like people been arguing over stuff. Even in my head, I don't see the negative in having a 24 to 70 versus a 24 prime.
Yes.
It doesn't.
You get what you look, and again, it's one of them. You get what you pay for. Gretchen, your Elgato camera connected to Camlink or to Camo is not showing your picture, which is why I haven't brought you on camera yet. It's flashing Camo / Elgato. So as soon as you get that straight, yeah, like again, you get what you pay for. There it is, right there, $2,298.
Mm-hmm. And the version 1 is $1,598. Now so it's one of those things where you buy it right or buy it twice. Now these will be those constructive criticisms. That's Sigma 2470 2.8. And I watched Gerald Undone, and he reviewed it. Dog, he's basically like, he literally came to the conclusion. He said the version 2 is not much better than the version 1 Sigma. He said, but if you're going to pay the money to get the version 1, you might as well just pony up the extra $200 and get the version 2 of the Sigma.
Yeah.
Then if you're on a budget and you're concerned about it, you're not going to miss getting the version 2 Sigma. But he also did say, if you are a professional, you're into it like that, and money is not the problem, then just go ahead and get the Sony G Master 2, because the benefits, at least you have it, and it's up to you to choose, is the extra $1,000 worth it to you? For me, mentality wise, it is, right? Because I like the consistency of that range, so that I literally can just take those 2 lenses, the 2 A7s,
right,
and I can do a whole event and I got everything covered. Done.
Well, you talking about, listen, you talking about professionals, and we got a professional who,
there she
said
is.
she wanted to,
Hi, gorgeous.
Listen, perfect way to come on in here. Take your mute off there, Gretchen. Take your mute off, sis.
Take your mute off. Let's hear that voice.
Oh my gosh, you can't flatter me.
Was that a good way to set you up? We talking professionals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, images by Gretchen.
You got to sing first, though.
Oh no, I'm not singing. Oh no.
How are you, sis? How you doing? Lord have mercy. Come help us to help ourselves out here. We need you.
You're doing fine. You are doing very well. It's so funny. I love listening to the two of you banter back and forth. It's just it really is entertaining for Tuesday. It's great.
That's why we doing it on a Tuesday.
Yeah. So,
drop some nuggets on the camera zone, Gretchen, because how do you feel about people with, ooh, Gretchen, look at my new camera. Did you hear the new lens that came out? Oh, thank you. Talk about it, Gretchen. Go for it.
See this little guy? See this? Okay, this my grandmother gave me when I was 10 years old. It was hers before that.
Wow.
I took it to camp. I never gave it back. It still shoots. I can still load film in it. I have film up in the refrigerator for it. I have another one that was her sister's. I have a whole bunch of them. They all work. In fact, this one, I think I'm bringing to camp, which is my Black Beauty, which is a Canon EF film that I've had longer than I've had my husband. And I've known him for 50 years.
God dang.
Oh my God. Hey, we got that on camera. We got that recorded right there.
Woo! That's retro right there. That's retro.
And it works. And I love it. I found my original photography notebook from high school the other day.
Wow.
Like from my very first actual class I took in high school, and it was like, wow. I mean, the first picture I took with the pinhole camera, those are things you can't replace. And it's learning from those things and going back and looking at them and seeing the heritage of my aunts and my grandmother or my great aunts, and that where I got my love for it from. I mean, my grandmother had a dark room in her house in the 30s. What, and it's just, it really is not about the gear. It's not about the camera. That's not it at all. It's about what you see, and it's about how much time you take to see it. And whether that's you're at a wedding or at an engagement party and you see something and you make it special for that person, or whether you're on safari and you have to drop your 1-500 lens and grab your phone because the damn lion comes so close to you.
That's gonna be me.
that he's come so close that the guide says, Gretchen, you can't pet the big kitty. And I mean, and I've got that video of I don't do a lot of video, but I've got that video where I had to drop my lens and grab my camera phone to take that video of the lion walking within arm's distance of me.
Wow.
It didn't, and it's a iPhone 13, I think. I'm not going for the new one right away. This one might go to something else, but if I changed every time a new lens came out, or a new camera came out, I mean, the Canon reps would throw a bigger party than they do when I walk in the room.
Right.
I have what I have, and I like what I have. I still have my Canon 5D Mark III, and I love it.
Oh wow!
And I bought it used, and I love it.
Right.
And I have an M50 up here that Bob had.
Wow.
It's what he kind of learned to shoot on, and I'm using. That's what you're seeing me through right now.
Right.
So
that translates to a lot of other conversation too. I know we're like zoning in and focusing on like gear and stuff like that, but hopefully people are reading between the lines of what Gretchen's saying, because I mean that translates into just you being you too.
The pencil that I used to, I draw and I paint and I can do a bunch
of stuff. Yes, you do. I tune in all the time. I don't say anything a lot, but I tune in a lot of times. I'm always there.
The pencil I use to draw with is not a fancy drawing pencil. It's the same one I taught my kindergartners to write with. It's one of those big fat My First pencils. I taught little kids. They're great. It's a great pencil. Why would I go for something else? Why just because somebody has something new? Why? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right.
No
apologies. You hit it on the money, and I thank you for just your input. Because like you are with cameras, I'm like that with music, and so when people are like, they're looking at me sometimes like, oh, you see the new XT4 something, whatever keyboard comes out. And I'm just kind of like, so what kind of music are you going to make out of it? Right. Don't tell me how great it is, because you were just telling me about the Yamaha, blah, blah, blah. Then you were telling me about the Nord. Then you were telling me about this, that, and the third, but I have not heard, anything you've actually created on these things. I heard you audition them. That's how we do with camera gear. People audition it and say, oh, this is 30 frames per second with such and such and blah, blah, blah. And it's 4K, blah, 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 with 10-bit, 20-bit, 2-bit something. And I'm like, I don't see none of the bits in your videos. I look at your timeline and I don't see anything on that. In the meantime, you watch people that people have been chasing because they just bragged about the new A7 whatever, and then they go, there's a young lady on Instagram I follow. Her name is Shots by Jasmine. Dope, very encouraging, right? Shots by Jazz. Jazz is not a gear chaser, but she will go to camera events, and she was teasing everybody because she's a Canon shooter, and she had the A7R and she had the 135 Sony lens in her hand. And all the Canon people were like, no, you didn't. And she was like, I'm just teasing. And she tested the camera. But the next day, she had like one of the cameras you got behind you. And she's like, oh, going out shooting with this. It was manual focus and everything. And that was the highlight. Jared, what's his name from Philly? He's at the Philly games all the time. Right. He had something like what you have that you got from your mom.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like what Peter McKinnon did for a year. He gave up digital for a year and only shot film. And if you followed him as he did that, and it completely resonated, because I've done the same thing where I will set it aside, because with the digital, what I get going is I get going so fast that I don't, and when I start to miss things and I start to see, and I start to realize that my composition is off, I go back to my film. And I say, okay, because I can't see what I shoot. Right. I have to wait and come back, and I don't have a darkroom anymore. And I taught darkroom at the University of Washington a long time ago. And, in the day I was known to be able to get lost in a darkroom for hours, like 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. They kicked me out, as it was closing. But I will go back, because I've got 36 shots. I need to make each one's count, or I've got 8 if I'm doing this guy. I've got 8 shots.
Wow.
and I'm going to make each one count and see what it is and take note of it. I have boxes of my great aunt's slides. She was a member of the Sierra Club. She was knew the greats and was a great hiker and outdoors person. And I have her slides, and she wrote on every single slide.
Oh wow!
The f-stop, the ASA, and the shutter speed, and also where she was on every single slide. I have thousands of them like that of hers. And it's like, they're beautiful. The places she went is beautiful. And that slowing down and really, I mean, people say, oh, I'm going to slow down and do this, but then they go, I mean, really just stepping away and really saying, I'm going to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes before I even consider pressing the shutter. And see what that does.
So Gretchen, here's what's crazy. So I have to go out 50. You're in Philly, right?
No, I'm in Seattle, outside of Seattle.
Okay, I'm mixing it up. Okay, you're in Seattle. So wait, so I have to go out to a corporate shoot, and what's amazing about that is I will stand in a room with like 3 other photographers, and you know how we photographers at an event, you're looking at the other person, like, you know, you're actually like admiring them, be like, oh, okay, nice strap, you know, okay, you shoot with Sony, what you shooting with? Oh, okay, what flash are you using? Oh, yeah. Then we start talking about we don't like the light in the room, or we like the light in the room, and then who are you working with, and what are you here to capture, whatever, blah, blah, blah. What I end up doing is I literally stand and wait for the shot. So James, to answer what you were asking before, I take, like, if I'm inspired by Gretchen, I'm going to listen to Gretchen. I'm not going to go get that camera that only shoots 8 and then have to develop it, whatever. I don't have time to do that, but I'm listening to her why with it, or what her was at the time when none of these digital things existed. I'm going to take the mentality of the discipline of having to wait for the shot. So my adaptation to that would be, hey, I can just sit high speed and be like, but I'm going to deliberately try to figure this out in 8 to 10 shots. Yeah. Even though I can take 2,000 pictures tomorrow, I'm not taking 2,000 pictures. I'm trying to find out what 50 pictures or 100 pictures from that event matter, because that's what people hire me for. They said, you catch the right moment. And I'm sitting there like, the event I just did this weekend, it was a community event for Get Out and Rock the Vote, whatever. It was 8 photographers there. Somehow I walk away with the money shots. I call them the money shots. The money shot is an artist on stage, and the artist is going up to the stage. Pow, 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 pow. The artist is performing. Pow, 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 pow. And I'm sitting there waiting, and I'm moving around. I'm into the song. I'm dancing with the camera. Oh, I got the glasses on. Let's film some of that with the camera, with the glasses. And then I'm like, oh, she's over and she's singing Here to the little girl in the corner. And while everybody else done took 85 shots, I'm like, there it is. There's pow!
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
I'm chilling. I'm waiting for a little bit. She's walking off stage and she jumps on her bodyguard's back and she looks at the other artist. She's like, call me. I got that shot. And so when they look back at it, they're like, this is one. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Because I waited for it. So I took the discipline of, I had the days when you had to develop the 35 millimeter, whatever, and wait for it a week later. Is it ready? Is it ready? Then you look at it, you miss a couple, but the one you got, you can't go back and do it over. You can't digitize nothing. So I don't over process my digital stuff either. I kind of just like roll with the shot and leave it. Go ahead, Gretchen.
And it's that practice of doing it over again. I mean, sometimes you don't get a chance to go back to a certain place. And if you haven't had that practice of doing it, I mean, the difference between in 2015, when I went to Alaska and I photographed Alaska brown bears, and I was dropped off in a small plane in the middle of the wilderness and nowhere. And the first day, I didn't get my best shots because I mean, seriously, I've got 20 giant grizzly bears within 100 yards of me, some of them about 50 feet away, and
You
I'm just
gangster.
in heaven. I'm like, oh my god, look at them, they're so cool, and so my best shots are not that day. I'm not on that. In fact, I will confess that I had rented a camera and I hadn't checked the settings, and on that camera everything's shot in JPEG.
Wow. So
that's okay. We don't judge. We don't judge.
Yeah.
We're not that kind of bougie.
But the next day and the next day of going out with him, I was much more settled. So I took that when I went to Africa, and I had 11 days, but I knew that it was still that excitement, and it wasn't a place I was necessarily going to get back to. So I had to use that muscle memory, that training that I had, to take a deep breath and watch. And when there's a pride of lions and there's 5 females and 6 cubs playing and they're within 20 feet of me, you're not going to get everything. So you look to see the interactions and you get a couple of really extraordinary shots, and that's what you go for. And yes, I would love to. I mean, if I had my druthers, I'd be back in Alaska photographing the bears again all summer, but that's not going to happen right away. So I'm happy. I'm going to go to Crater Camp instead.
There you go. There you go. Hopefully the weather is all right for you to get there. That's all good.
And I'll let Keith deal with all the brides out there. Which I'd rather stand in front of a bear than a bride any day.
Speak. Let me interject real quick, and then we'll go. Hey, Reggie, what's going on? Good to see you here, man. Hopefully, I told him specifically. I think he knows I'm going to Africa because he needs to know. He's someone in my life that he better. Reggie, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't know. I'm just listening.
Are you just going to any streets? Man, you better be. I was in some streets. I was in the bougie part, and then I went to the bougie part. I ministered in a prison. I was just like, "Woo, y'all gangster!" I'm talking AK-47s in the middle of the street, machetes, houses, goat heads. I was like, "Whoa!"
Don't do that to me, man. See, especially with mom on the live right now. She'd be like, "Oh, she gonna call me when we hang up. Be like, make sure we have insurance. It's all good." So before you get lost,
Gretchen been in deeper streets than us, so I'm like,
I
know you've been in them sticks.
Botswana is a country that I would go live in. I would go live in Botswana. It is such an amazing country. It's the most in part of Africa. It's in the majority of the southern part of Africa. It's the most stable, economically stable country in all of Africa.
I just need to make sure there's no issues with.
That's the thing. There's no issues. The
I don't want to get caught up in them streets.
Paid for. It's amazing. It's an amazing country. It's an amazing country.
I know. I'm
just tell them you know Gretchen when you get there.
I must say I know somebody. I'm gonna say I know somebody.
If you go to Mashatu,
let me see. Hold on. Okay, keep talking.
The redhead tall gangsta grandma, they'll know. The one who had the carriage that land on her foot when you cross the river at the border. You had to go in one of those cable cars.
Yeah.
Well, when we were getting out, it got stuck in the wrong way, so they tried to get me out, and it jumped up and landed on my foot. And if you don't think everybody and the guys just picked up that whole thing and lifted it up and carried me off. And I'm not a small woman to be carried around, but they did. Yeah. Nearly broke my foot, but it was okay. I
can't find my itinerary. It's somewhere, of course.
James, you got to just take a picture of Gretchen and then just hold her picture up and say, "I know her." That's it. you got to pass. You can go through all of the borders and everything.
Oh my God.
No, Gretchen, I wish I had a camera when I went to Africa. That was back in, I think, 13 or 14. I was in Johannesburg and I went to Port Elizabeth. So Port Elizabeth had me. Johannesburg was a lot of like open area space and stuff, right? I was I had to go to some churches and speak, and they had to have an interpreter because they, and then I went to Port Elizabeth, and it's kind of like that Americanized, Europeanish, kind of like the supermarkets look like nice supermarkets over here and stuff. But then about 20 miles in the other direction, I'm talking is huts no bigger than a bathroom. Yeah. And we had to walk streets in ministry. And I was walking down the street and a kid was getting robbed. It was 2 kids holding a automatic at the kid they were robbing. And another kid had a machete. And I had to ask our tour person, I was like, he was just like, just stand still. We stood still. He's like, they're just robbing that kid and that's it. And I'm like, is that how they were like, yeah. So when they come up on you with guns like that, you just stand still. They take what they need off of you and then they go. Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? And they were like, most of the time they don't bother visitors, depending on if you're on a missions trip, they don't really bother you. We went into hut homes and prayed for people where it was like, if you step to the left, you were in the kitchen. You step to the right, you're in the bedroom. And like just to see that. So I'm saying all that to say, I wish I had a camera at that time to capture all of that stuff. I wish I had meta glasses at the time to, catch it, but I can only go off of my memory. So so my pivot point would be this.
People see the wildlife things and everything, but they forget, and they forget what's going on there. And if you get off the freeways are wonderful, and they're tolled, but the tolls only go to pay for the repair of the freeways. If you get off of those on the side roads to go anyplace else, the townships have to pay for their own repair. And I'll tell you, a pothole that a herd of elephant makes is like, you cannot believe, and they can't afford it. It's
right.
It's just, don't get me on.
A herd of elephant. So this is where we go. This is it. The Safari, Serengeti, Tanzania Lodge, and Tented Safari. Oh, see, I didn't put my business out in these streets. Let me take them numbers off of it.
She said, ooh, like, he going to bougie.
I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to an elephant outside my tent. It was the best. It was the best. And the guide, Samuel, was going, Gretchen, Elizabeth, stay in the tent. We were like, oh, okay, but there's an elephant right outside there.
Wow. Did you get a picture of him?
No, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was the guide was literally yelling at him and yelling his hands, and they were doing. It was It was not the thing that you.
James, don't go down there being Idris Elba. All right. I don't know if you saw that movie. Don't be Idris, man.
I'm not gonna act a fool. I'm gonna be a.
Don't take Jordan, Isaiah, and Jen too far away from the camp now. Just stay close now. Play with the giraffes and call it a day.
Yeah, I'm not going to go off the beaten path. I'm going there as a visitor, not as a tourist, right? Again, so then there's a difference. So I'm going to be very respectful, but this is what we're doing. 13 days we're going to be out there in them streets.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I hope
Absolutely
so. I know so. It. I know so, Lord. But I just know all that mess y'all was talking when I was looking for this. I know my mom is gonna call me in like 30 minutes. Be like,
man, you had to see me when I was petting the cheetah and in the cage and my man like moved real quick. I didn't jump too hard, but I flinched pretty good. I was like, whoa, he cool, right? It was like, yeah.
What's amazing is that your guides are going to be people that they've grown up there, and they're all, most of the guides in those places have to go through like college level training. It's intense training that they go through to become a guide on a safari. It's not just anybody, but they've grown up in that area, and their knowledge is incredible. And how they can track the animals, it's it's just, I mean, I was as the respect that I had.
I'm gonna need somebody with a spear or something, with like a pellet.
No,
Listen,
no,
you said track the animal. I just need
they'll-
someone tranquilized, just in case something jump off. What this brother? What he done did? See,
look at that.
Yeah, we're not doing all that. We're not. I just
that was my man. You got to do it, James. You got to do it, man.
Knowing my wife,
you know,
knowing my wife, she will be the one to do all of that.
Right. That's why I love Jen. You know, Jen going to do it. That's Jen, my homie.
We were in New Orleans and Jen out there feeding the alligators and everything. And listen, she going to be the one that's going to try to go up there and pet everything. Like
Gretchen, his wife had me. Now I've been on the edge twice or three times by the time we went up there with them, with the Hicks. And Jen goes right to the open glass, face down, looking at the ground. I was like, dang, I never tried that. I started doing push-ups on it. I was like, let me try that. And Jen was like, yeah,
I think I would like her.
Feel it.
I think I would like her.
She good people.
I think
she good people.
Well.
That's why next time James and his wife and my wife and I hang out, it's going to be crazy because what Tina loves about Jen's going to go down the side street. You know, the hood instincts of me and James is like, we need to think this over. Just like, let's go on down here.
Lord have mercy.
Like, whoa, Keep
He's been around her for a while. He know. He done experienced it.
My wife was like, I love her energy. That's my girl.
Wow.
I was like,
wow. Hey, what's up, brother, Mr. Diaz? So this gentleman just got back from the trip as well. I'm not sure if he went through the same regions, but here go Mr. Diaz, who went through Africa as well, and he got back in one piece. So there we go, and he's just as crazy as I am, right? He's out there trying to pet the elephants and ride the giraffes.
We did have a rhino raise up, was coming at the car, and they warned us. They were just like, you know, everybody's like, why are we slowing down a little bit? They was like, yeah, because we don't want to aggravate the rhino. We were like, is he cool? Because he looked like he wanted to ram the truck, right? We got a little nervous, like, is my man all right? They was like, oh, don't worry. I don't think he's bothered by us right now. It's like, you don't think?
Yeah,
like, I need you to know.
That's where I'm going to have challenges and problems because, you know, everything that I've been reading. Okay, again, I know we got insurance. Oh, look, physical requirements, weather and climate, what's included. How about, again, I need someone that has a tranquilizer or something just to make sure that
they generally have one if you're going out in a Jeep. I was in an open air.
That's probably my boy. Right? That's probably my dude right there, right? He probably got him something. He probably got some things.
They'll have a driver and a spotter, and the driver will also have a tranquilizer gun with them.
Yeah,
and if you're going in places and like that. But I mean, the only time I ever saw our driver like stop and back up away from anything was when a spitting cobra came across the road.
Lord have mercy.
And they're little.
We don't.
And I couldn't figure out why. And he said because they can spit for 25 feet and it can blind you instantly. And I said, oh, okay, let's back up. You know, good idea.
Keep your Ray-Bans on. Keep your Ray-Bans on. And get a first person when he get ready to spit, be like, Meta, record.
Man. It's going to be 100 degrees in humidity, and I'm going to be wearing long sleeve shirt, long sleeve everything to make sure I'm going to have steel toe. Come on. You didn't have to say spitting cobras.
No. Well, it was late at night, and they very rarely come out during the day. It was literally he was coming across the road, and it was in the middle of the night practically, and so it was completely dark and then came across, which is going to be another thing you're going to love is the night skies. If they take you out on a night safari, if you get a chance, do it. Because
I don't do well with bugs and mosquitoes though. So here, let me tell you something. If they got you, hopefully they don't have. Listen,
you got to take those malaria pills every day. Well, while you're there, trust me, you got to take them.
Boom.
Listen, let me talk to my wife. I wasn't given all of the details about this.
Dude, I got 5 shots before I got on that plane. It was like pow, tetanus over here, something over there.
I did too. Yellow fever, tetanus.
Yeah.
And I had to take malaria pills every day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So okay. So again, this is what we doing.
Gretchen, we got him messed up now.
Yeah, you got me stuttering, and I normally don't get to stumbling and doing.
Like I'd rather go to see them bears where Gretchen was at in Alaska or something. Give me them bears and stuff.
Hold on, I'm putting my business out here in these streets. I don't want to show you the numbers again, but that's what we do. Tanzania Lodge Tenant Safari. Shouts out to the family going. Frank Diaz, I'm calling you tomorrow to talk about this a little bit more. He's in the chat. He just got back. He came back with both arms, both legs. Listen, oh my God, y'all got me nervous.
They could be in the grass at night, like, psst, psst, psst. Bro. Hey, bro.
Yeah. See, it's not gonna be good.
If you hear Hawk, don't wait for the spit.
Well, be an international incident. I tell you what, I'll be all over C-SPAN.
That's a hood snake. You hear him do a Hawk. Don't wait.
I'll be all over the news. Next thing you know,
if you hear like a hip hop beat, don't wait for him to spit no bars.
Oh my God.
I'm not going.
James, I need you to have the Ray-Bans on, brother.
I'm gonna have my own.
I'm not going.
I don't think I have a choice, to be honest with you, but I just can say that. I'm not sure.
Yo, get Jen some Ray-Bans. I need Jen to put hers on so I can see you. I want her to show us you in Africa. That's what I need.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna get Tina Ray-Bans and I'm gonna send them to Jen. Tell Jen to take them. And
okay.
Just be like,
I'll get her some. Okay, I'll get her some. Or no, because I'm gonna have mine on. I'm looking, man. This is it's gonna be comedy. Listen, and my kids know too. If I get in situations, it can be hilarious. It can be Marius funniest home videos for sure. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I don't need that PTO, that vacation time. So maybe I don't need to talk to my.
Yeah, you do. You're going, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm a live stream. There's gonna be some live streaming going on. It's definitely gonna be on the YouTubes, on the Facebook for you, Mom. It's gonna be on the Facebook for you, Mom.
That's all right. Mama Hicks gonna pray for you. So you
somebody better, Lord have mercy, y'all pray for me. How did we go? We were talking about camera gear, creativity. We were solving problems. We were here doing the good work. And now
I just took you off on a whole another tangent.
You know what I'm saying? Gretchen, come on.
It's our Gretchen, man. I'm telling you, who doesn't love Gretchen, man?
Top places. Okay.
Oh
see,
gosh.
but so, hey, this guy right here too. Sony shooter. We had a conversation a few months ago. He's got them all. Knows how to use them all too. So this is my man right here. Yeah, this is my man Frank. He knows how to use them. He's y'all better Google him. Yeah, he's a bad man. But the live stream is that good? Jen wants fast. You should go. Lord, see, I'm not okay. See, y'all laugh. Don't laugh at me. Laugh with me.
Prime 400 millimeter 2.8. That's got to be a fortune.
That's what he.
I don't know that much about. You balling 2.8 at 400. You balling.
But see, again, I'm not gonna put all your business out there, Frank. But so he in Florida, he got that Florida money. He got that low sales tax money.
Keith, have you taken a look at the
be safe out there in that weather?
The which one?
The Hasselblad Earth Explorer, the special edition of the medium format.
The only thing I got closest to a Hasselblad.
No, it's like I said, it's like a girl could dream. It's a special edition of the 100 and it's gorgeous, but it's also $14,000 without a lens.
Only thing I have that looks like anything Hasselblad is the Hobble light, which is called Harlow now. My Hobble lights that's the only thing that look like that.
I got my emails from them and I was like, I was wondering because it was named something different. I was like, wait a minute, did y'all get bought out or what happened? Yeah. Okay.
So they changed it in honor. Huh?
It's a limited edition. They only made 1,000 of them, and it's got a different color to it. It's kind of a brown type of, and it's 100 megapixel medium format. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. A few YouTubers like Thomas Heaton and a couple other guys, Pappas, have gotten them and done some videos with them. They're just, but I rented a Hasselblad one time and satisfied my need for that, and
there you go. There you go.
went back to Canon, and so that's the way it is.
Maybe I'll rent something for this trip.
Yeah,
hey, thanks, Nerves.
Big deal.
Nerves says medium format autofocus too slow for wildlife.
Oh yeah. Listen to what he say too. He an expert like Gretchen. Both of these two know what they're talking about. They know what it is.
Yeah.
Kevin, you were asking when is this trip happening? This is when is this? July 12th through July 25th of next year.
Ooh.
So
prime.
So let me ask this. I'll go back to that. And then we'll go back to the real conversation of this stream, because Lord have mercy, I don't know where it's going.
Go ahead, reset the room, James.
Well, no, July. I told you my situation, with too much heat and flying insects. So July 12th through July 25th, it's probably gonna be pretty hot down there in bush country like that, huh?
We are in the southern hemisphere, so
be hot.
I remember when I went, it was like cold, and I think I went around. Opposite. Yes, the opposite.
That's where I'm gonna be. That's where I'm gonna be, right there at Moivari Ashura Lodge, Serengeti Camp. Not even gonna try that one, but at the farmhouse. Listen, we gonna be out there. I'm gonna be a visitor, not a tourist. Be respectful, but I'm gonna document as much as I can. With my A7C2, which I'm gonna pick up in a couple of weeks for the birthday. Sony.
Get you a shot of the get a shot of a cheetah. I need to see you with a cheetah.
You gonna get a shot of me running. You gonna get a shot of me.
Cheetahs are amazing. You'll love them.
I know.
They're just we followed a mother and son cheetah for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And
nice.
he was of grass until his mom walked up and he'd jump over the top of her and bat at her, and it was just like he was like a little teenager, they were just hilarious, and it was just the coolest thing to watch them. And we followed them from well before sunrise till about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hold on.
Yeah, James, rent some long glass for the trip. Just go ahead, rent it.
I'm sorry. I got a little sidetracked because my man just sent me, dude. Hold on. Let me get this picture here because Frank just sent me some pictures. Holy smoke.
Uh-oh.
Let me do this. Let me shout out to Ecamm. Let me bring up
you got some nice pictures.
That's not even the word, brother. That's not even the word. And I got to bring this up the right way. Yeah.
Go ahead and take me off screen so you get the full screen.
We gonna keep everybody on screen. Let's see.
Make me small. Don't
make me small. Make me smaller.
Oh gosh. Jeez, another one with music.
Make me mad.
All right.
I'll try to catch up on these songs. I'll be at these parties and I don't know these songs. Whoa, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that back compression. Jeez.
I'm just gonna make it all just disappear. So here, oh my God.
Look at the compression on that. That's sick.
Hold on, man.
Woo. Nerves. The nerve of you. That is fire.
So talk to us a little bit. Give us a little something about this, Frank. Give us a little something about this, because this picture right here is stupid. Oh my God. I mean, this picture right here. Well, you were just talking about 400 millimeter. So goodness gracious.
Yeah, is that the 4 or the 6? Because he got a 6 4.0, which in sunlight is still great.
Oh,
but that that compression and bokeh with the
Man,
background.
that's
Jeez, is that the 400? Which one is that?
Bruh, that
Right, exactly, Dave. What's up, Hunt? He said bokeh on fire. That is the perfect separation.
let me do this. There we go.
That's the 600. Okay, that's the 600. Look at that.
And that's only at F4, but again, goodness great. So that's that one. Let's see here.
But look at what that 600 is doing at F4, right? It's at F4, but look at that background, but look at the separation on that daggone lion's face. That's crazy.
Hold on. Let's get back to not that one. Not that one. Y'all want to see this one. Y'all want to see that one, don't you? Wow. This dude right here.
The foreground, then the line, and then the background and the shadow.
I'm not gonna be that close. I am not gonna be that close by no means. But
wait, he's probably not even close. Yeah, because look, the 600 at
that's
distance
600.
is a background crusher.
That's 600. Wow, these are pretty breathtaking. These I see you got your watermark down there too, Frank. God, there you go. You're a good businessman.
To be able to have been at that spot on that side, because the shadow is behind, so that means the sun is the key light. This is sick because the sun is the key light there, and hitting that with a 4.0 600, the background is dumb. Look at that. Mm-hmm. And the foreground, look how clean the foreground is in the bottom left. And then you got that's some good stuff there.
Hold on, this man done messed around and took some black and white too. Man. Okay.
What's that? What's his IG? I need his IG. I need to follow him. I need his IG because I need to see what you're doing over there.
Yeah, we definitely got it. That's only a 50 yard. Goodness gracious. See, I knew he was a bad man. That's man. These are the kind of folks I hang out with on a daily basis. Ladies and gentlemen.
Frankie. So you need to get you some glass. You need to rent one of them big lenses.
I know, no. Because you can't run with that. See, again, if I get into a situation with again, Gretchen,
they're not going to let you out of the Jeep.
And I'm gonna find a way. We
school them, Gretchen. Tell them. So you're gonna have your glasses on for short range. So when the bull walk right up on the truck, you just going to do this and have a nice POV right there of the lion when they show up on you or the rhino, whichever one. When the rhino come rush the Jeep, you're going to go boom, catch him coming, right? And then when he go away, you're going to take that lens and pow, 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 pow.
What you going to do? What you going to Hey, Frank, some of these may become some backgrounds on some of my desktops right there. I may have to leverage some of those. I'll give you attribution always, of course, sir. But that's pretty dope.
I know he printed those. So wait, Gretchen, have you printed a lot of your most of your pictures are print, right? But once you went digital, did you get into printing because of you being used to the developed pictures? Did you go digital and say, hey, I'm shooting digital, but I still want to print out? And then here's the question. How does printing out your pictures affect all of the digital pictures that you take?
Mm-hmm.
I print my things. I mean, I have a website and I have them printed through Bay Photo if somebody buys online, but a lot of the stuff I do, my own originals, and I'll print. I enjoy that. I enjoy that part of it. It's a digital darkroom. For me, in the darkroom, I printed and did all that stuff and playing in the chemicals. I do the same thing on computer. I look at it and you do the same dodge and burn kind of things, and you pick and choose the paper that it's going to work on. And it's the same type of art form, like any artist chooses the paper that they're going to use to paint something on. I do the same thing when I'm deciding what paper I'm going to put my prints on. My infrared shots will usually go on Slick Rock Pearl because it does a cool thing with black and white infrared. And other things, it just depends on what I want to add to the story.
I like it. So that really, or thank you, sis, because that helped me, right? You saying it. So my son is in art school, and he was, I'm thinking like, okay, with his major, I'm like, okay, you just go to Staples or wherever, art supply store, get paper. And he's like, oh no. And he's like explaining the oil paint, and then how you gotta let it dry, and then you do this, and then that's why the picture's not finished. And I'm like, dude, that's just too much for my brain. And then he's talking about the canvas and different paints and stuff. And I'm like, oh, so it's not just paint. He's like, oh no, oil is totally different from so and so. The canvas is totally different. So I'm like, wow, I didn't know all of that. Or I knew, but I didn't really know how much it matters. So then I thought about that, but it didn't manifest until you said it now, of how I even do digital. So that's what I'm trying to translate to people, because I can do it with music. When people are like, when I'm around a lot of the older guys, they really crap on the newer musicians, and they're like, back in my day, if you made a mistake, you had to cut the tape, and then you had to put it on the machine, and you had to wait for it to rewind. And I'm like, dude, you're over farting this kid's brain. Like, get to the point of how you connect the creativity with it. Make it make sense, and then it's just like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm like, so when you record digital, like with studio stuff, and the artist goes, oh, you can fix that in Pro Tools, it's like, let's do it so we don't have to fix it. Right? Which means I need you to rehearse that line, and then we record it. Oh, but if you mess up, you can just, and I'm like, nah, it takes the vibe out of it. Let's get it right. And they started feeling better about, even though we can just punch it in and fix that in auto-tune and stuff, it's more of a joy to say it was great as is, and it's the feel. We're not going in chopping word for word, trying to make this line perfect and that line perfect. It's the imperfections that actually make it, the bomb. So yeah. So by you saying that about how you translated, how you have the experience of doing it, my son, if he's in your class and your class is just teaching film, like digital whatever, he's getting the essence of the actual manual film, but you're not teaching him how to go into a dark room, because he doesn't need that for today's age, but he's getting the essence of it from you. And that's what wisdom is all about. We're not living in the days of our parents, but we pull from what they experienced without having to go through the same war zones they've been through. And the outcome works
it's still
for us
like
now.
for photographers, and still it's kind of why they have art students go through all of that stuff. And for photographers, kids who are going through it now, even in high schools, if they can find them, they'll have a film quarter where they actually do the chemicals and they'll do the stuff, because it's that understanding of how the layers go together and what you can do. And then if they're going to teach them the zone system or anything, which if you're going to really understand black and white, you really go back to the zone system. Ansel Adams had it down. He's the one who put it in words. From pure black to pure white and everything in between. Those 10 zones are what make the whole values of a photo. And you translate that from black and white to color, you get values and stuff. So bringing an art student through all the steps, they may not use it all the time, but if they have to go through it once or twice, it kind of sticks in your head, and it helps you understand the basis behind everything that they're doing.
Yeah, I call it the Mr. Miyagi effect, right? It's the whole Karate Kid concept. It's like the best thing in that whole start of Karate Kid was the fact that that kid was so pissed off that he's talking about wax on, wax off. And he's like, what does this have to do with karate, dude? I'm trying to chop chop. And he's just like, no, watch the car. Are you kidding me? Like, that part right there is... It's funny, like, so what you just said, I'm gonna just take it as that would be kind of like the Mr. Miyagi of photography. Put the kid through the process, and let them argue the fact nobody's gonna use these chemicals. It's like, okay, we don't have to argue that point, but just do it. Trust me, it'll work for you. It'll work for you. Yeah, that's great.
Love it.
That's great.
Love it. Man, this is
So James has to see that spitting snake to really get the essence of Africa.
No, I don't have to do. I ain't got to do nothing. All I gotta do is get the family to the airport and to the lodge and to the tents, and then I'm gonna sit in my tent with a bottle of scotch. And
Jay's gonna be jumping at every time a bush make a noise.
Yeah. It's been a listen. I'm kind of cityfied now. I still got some blue collar in me, but every day I wear a white collar. Yeah, I got a little street left, and don't run up on me, but because I'm fidgety like that. I'm fidgety.
Hey man, my street cred ain't do nothing for me in Africa. I was
I'm fidgety like that. Don't just roll up on me. Don't do that. It's not gonna be a good look. It's not gonna. Your show and listening to everyone was interesting. I forgot to tune in. Don't trip. It's all good, Mom. We was here doing it. Listen, when we bring Gretchen on, see, he just all time and space just leaves. And
you made Mom Hicks miss a Zoom meeting.
See, well, I know. I'm gonna hear.
That's all your fault. That's you know why? It's because you didn't get her the YouTube Premium.
See. Oh my God.
Ooh.
You didn't get her the YouTube Premium, so if she had got off, if she had to watch a commercial before she tuned back in to hear what Gretchen had to say.
I'm gonna be buying. I can see. I'm gonna be buying premium subscriptions for people for Christmas. Yeah, subscription for you.
Don't make me do a Keon Henderson sermon.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. Okay. Listen, let me bring this plane in, man, because I want to be mindful. And it sound like an old pastor here. I want to be mindful of everyone in the room and the congregation. All minds are clear. Conscious conversation. This is what we do. What it is, I don't know what it is, but come on. Every couple of weeks, me and Mr. Pelzer down there, we get together, chop it up, talk a little trash. Hopefully there's a lesson to learn in the conversation. And then when we got folks like Gretchen come on and share her story. And I mean, the folks in the comments as well, when we got these, I'm still looking at these pictures from Frank, and I can't get over some of these shots here. I really need to talk to him about technique, things of that. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. What you hold on? What is he? Oh Lord, what's he doing?
James will get one of them pictures.
See, I can't go no place.
That's what James gonna get on his meta glasses. That looked like he got about 15 feet of spit on him with that. He is in the air with that. That looked like a long one.
If I get hit with that, I'm gonna be paralyzed, and I'm gonna have all kind of malaria, deep vein thrombosis. I just came out of nowhere. I just said that, but all I know is for tonight, y'all.
Gretchen helped me because I'm like, listen, I didn't even know they could spit like that. I did not know.
And they're not very big. That's crazy. They're like garter snake size.
Wow.
Yeah.
See?
At least the one I saw wasn't very big. So.
I mean, no, these jokers got range.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy. See,
hey, look at that. He got range.
I'm gonna be in that zone, right? I'm gonna be in that. See, we a family of Boy Scouts, so we know about a blood circle, right? When you're out there doing things with your knife, I'm gonna be within that blood and that spit circle. I mean, and see Isaiah. So my Isaiah always carry a blade with him too.
Keep your metas on. Keep your metas on. That's all.
He gonna bring a blade with him because that's what he do. So if we need to chop something, if we need to cut some, I'll leave that alone. Gretchen, tell the folks
have a safe trip.
I was gonna say, tell the folks.
Camp. Have a safe trip out. You going to the creators camp, right?
Oh yeah, I am. I leave Monday, and
Okay.
staying. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Second time, it'll be fun.
Give everybody our best.
I'm on Kurt's team, by the way. Captain Kurt.
Captain Kurt.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get this filter off of here. So thank you for the tip with the rubber bands.
It should work. It's one of the tricks. I don't know who I saw do it the other day, but it does work. Those step-up rings are brutal they're always getting stuck.
Yeah. It's annoying.
James, thank you so much for inviting me on, and Keith.
Listen, you now have keys to the front door. You can come in anytime. You got the code. Not everybody got the code.
You got the code. You come on front door.
You guys, it made me laugh, and I love it. It. It was so much fun, and you reminded me just how much I love picking up a camera and going out. And I live in a pretty beautiful area. I can drive about an hour and a half one way, and I'm in Mount Rainier, and a couple hours the other way, and I'm at the Pacific Ocean. So, and I walk down the hill, and I'm on Puget Sound. So I pretty darn lucky.
Well, you can't beat that. My guy Reggie is out there in the Pac Northwest as well, so he knows that. But yeah, you mentioned Puget Sound. You can't get much better than that view.
Yeah, we saw the Aurora Borealis last night from our deck.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Pretty darn special. Cool. I live at the end of the longest dead-end highway in the state of Washington. So I'm all the way at the end in the middle of nowhere, which is great. Oh. But thank you so much, you guys, for having me on and just making me laugh and just being who you guys are. You have a wonderful show and you bring a lot of value to everybody who tunes in. And I appreciate you including me in tonight. So thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, sis.
Appreciate you.
Have a good one now. Have a good one now.
You too.
All right,
Kay. We do what we needed to do
for tomorrow. Yeah, we got it. Look, Gretchen.
Okay. Gretchen, she brought us home. She brought us home.
You probably need to bring Reggie on. We just need to go through all them safari pictures, man.
Jeez. So these guys are adventurers in and of themselves. I'm not gonna I always say I'm not gonna put all your business out there, but you see Frank out there with the safari pictures, and he's out there doing the things. But Reggie's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Reggie, you in the Guinness Book? He's the kind of cats that I'm hanging out with. Y'all better recognize. He's an adventurer as well.
Alicio is live right now.
Is that right?
Yeah, he live.
Tell you what, before we log off, Reggie, validate that. You in the Guinness Book of World Records, or did we just make that up after cigars and cognac one night?
That'll help create some interesting stuff.
Well, the AMA land speed record. It's got a record.
Okay.
That's even better than the Guinness Book because that's a cool one. Yeah. There you go. All right, brother. Listen, we did what we do. Appreciate you for coming in. I know I'm troublesome, but again, I think we touch spirits and souls. Tonight I think we were YouTube. I went back to Twitter.
Okay.
Even there's a lot of madness on Twitter, and that's where I got a lot of folks. So it's good to be back live there. We may have been on Facebook, I'm not sure, but going multi-platform with this show to hopefully bring some enlightenment to folks. That's a good party at Reggie's house. There we go. Mm-hmm. Couple weeks, man. I'll holler at you again. I'll holler at you when I'm getting ready to pick up that A7C2.
Yes, sir. And get it on Meta too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I'm out, man. I get up in the morning.
Me too. I got some deliverables to do tomorrow morning. Okay.
All right, y'all.